Another Friday. Boy, they come around fast. Not quite as fast as Monday, but they come around fast. Those of you that have been with me know that this week our series has been about how thinking clearly boosts your sales, how thinking clearly will boost sales. And part of the whole concept behind this was I wanted to get across to those of you, especially those of you that are in sales, how critical it is to understand the impact that thought has on everything you do. I know that you may not consciously think about it, but I do believe you know that nothing happens until you think. And if you're not having the behavior you want, well, it won't change until you change your thoughts. And why do I say that? Because if nothing starts until there's a thought, then behavior follows the thought. So thought precedes all action. We talked about how thought is stimulated, how thought's formed, how thought's processed. There are 8 words I'm going to give you very quickly. You can jot them down. You can call me. You can email me. You can ask me questions here on Facebook Live if you like. But first, the stimulation comes from the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Those 5 senses initiate the next 3 words: images, emotions, and words. So the 5 senses, one of the 5 senses, or a multiple of them, create an emotion, an image, or a word, okay? And that goes up to that information transfers up into our coconut, called our warehouse of knowledge. And in that warehouse of knowledge, we have and we develop a mindset. Now, a mindset is simply a process, a mental process of how you determine and interpret circumstances. In other words, mindset is often confused with attitude. Attitude is how you feel about what you know. A mindset is a process, and that process goes through a 4-step process. The 4 words are perception, association, evaluation, and decision. Okay? Now, with that backdrop, and if you want to talk more about it, I'd be happy to share thoughts with you on it. But with that background, I want you to lock onto the fact, wrap your mind around whatever it takes to get you to dig into this, that your behavior will not change if you're not happy with it until you change your thoughts. And that's what causes a lot of stress when your actions and beliefs are in conflict. The problem is you develop a lot of stress. Your behavior isn't following your thought pattern. You've thought things through. You think I have to prospect. If you're in a proactive business of selling, you have to make contact. It's a contact sport. The more contacts you make, the better you're going to do. And you know that your behavior isn't what you want it to be. You wanted to prospect 2 hours a day. However, you align your prospecting program, and you find that you're only doing it for 45 minutes a day. Obviously, your thoughts are keeping you from doing what you want to do. So your behavior and your thoughts are in conflict. Thereby you have the stress. So what I want you to think about this weekend, and I hope you wrote down those 11 words in the sequence they come in. The 5 senses: taste, touch, sight, sound, and smell. Okay? And then those senses create images, emotions, and words. And those images, emotions, and words are transferred to your thought, your warehouse of knowledge. And when you have a thought, that starts the mental process of perception, association, evaluation, and decision. When you have that formula, you can start to understand why you have some of the behavior you have and what thoughts need to be adjusted to make you accomplish what you want to accomplish. Maybe it results in you're thinking it through and you think, it's just too much. Well, then maybe change your thought process to say, I'll start with small victories. This weekend, I'm going to make 2 phone calls every day this weekend and all of next week. So for the next 9 days, this weekend through next weekend, you're going to make 2 calls a day. The following week, you're going to make 3 calls a day. And if you can build those small victories and develop the thought process that says, I'm successful, I'm doing what I feel I need to do, and you know that you're going to, each week thereafter, increase by 1 the number of calls you make until you are up to your 2 hours a day in making your calls. However you make your calls. I prefer to say contacts, because contacts can be made in a variety of ways. But the one thing that's critical is that we understand how thought impacts what we do, and that we agree and understand that nothing in the world happens until a thought is stimulated. And from there, it's Katie bar the door. You decide what you want to do. That's why earlier on in the year we talked about the importance of a business plan. And later we talked about a schedule. A business plan helps you decide what you want to do for the year, what behavior it's going to take, what kind of thought process you have to go through. And then you put a schedule together which helps you develop an opportunity to identify specifically the things you want to accomplish and when you want to accomplish them. And that helps you create behavioral habits that will stick with you and give you a consistent, predictable, and profitable business. Thought is the root source of all of your success. And if your behavior is bothering you, then you need to ask yourself, what thoughts do I have that are causing me the problems with my behavior? You see, I don't know if you're locked into a job that you're not happy with. I don't know if you're in a relationship in terms of an agent someplace and you're not happy with. I don't know if you're just an employee or more likely a millennial who's looking for an opportunity to grow. You're tired of living in the basement. I love those commercials on television where the kid says, you're going to live in the basement with mom and dad? And he gets this image in his mind and he just jumps right out and checks his credit score to see if he can move out. If you happen to be somebody that wants to advance yourself, let me say this. The opportunity exists for you to do just that. It requires for you to, with all your college education and all your degrees, and whether you have them or not, if you can focus on those 11 words for the next couple of weeks and what they mean to you. And if you have any confusion, you can email me. You can contact me on the link above. I'd be glad to share with you any information that I might have that would help you. I will take your calls and listen to you and try and work through some of these things with you. But the reality is, you have to take initiative, and you have to be responsible for your thoughts. And if your behavior is not where you want it to be, just recognize that until you change your thoughts, it's not going to change. And for those of you that would like to join our little Bill Mitchell Academies, I would love to have you go to the link above. And also, by doing that, if you click on the Mindset Memo, what we've done is we've created, and I've created them some time ago. I call them Mindset Memos because they're meant to be basically a one-page blog. When I started these, they didn't have a thing called blogs. So I still call them Mindset Memos. But they're intended to give you a boost for the week. We send them out on Monday. And if you just go and register on our link above, we'd be happy to do that. And for those of you that like to consider doing some internet study, kind of home study course, I've put together 2 of the most important things that I think you need to know to be successful in your sales and personal life. And I need to stop and say right here, Understand my definition of selling. Selling is about influencing the decisions, the actions, and the opinions of other people. So if you're somebody that just wants to change jobs, you might get some insight from Tools for Sales Success, it's called. And if you go up there and to the link above, you'll see a connection that says stamp here for, or link here, click here. I don't know what I'm too old to understand all the terminology. But anyway, you can reach the Tools for Sales Success if you are somebody that's looking to improve your ability to make a move that'll help you achieve some of the goals that you have in life. I thank you for joining me today. It's always a joy to have a chance to talk with you. Again, I reiterate, if any of you have any questions about how you're building your thinking can help you boost your sales, and there hasn't been enough clarity in what I've discussed today, or if I've confused you too much, I'm more than happy to have you email me or call me or contact us through the link above. Have a great weekend, a lot of food for thought, and I think that if you'll just take a little nibble of this food, it might help you in growing your business. Have a great day.